Hi there, it's Craig here. Well, I hit the bottom of my keg today, so I don't have any beer and I had to go out and buy some store-bought. For that reason, I need to start making some more beer. Today I'm going to make a very simple brew. Now this is not an all grain, this is not a partial extract, and it's actually just a beer kit. But I'm going to do something a little extra to this today, and I've already done videos on how to bump up your beer kits, how to add hops, how to add some grains, do a little boil, you know, get some of that in there. Now let's take that out of the way for a minute, just talk about this. So Cooper's, Thomas Cooper's Selection IPA. I've brewed this before, and it's a pretty good beer. But I think one of the things that I thought maybe it could use a little extra is some hop profile. So now, again, you can watch my video on how to soup up a beer kit, and you can learn how to, you know, add some hops and things like that. But even that video, for some people who are just starting out, might be a little too much for them at this point. So let's do a real simple, hop addition. Now, these beer kits generally are pre-hopped. Definitely there's bittering hops in these. You just don't get that real, if you're a real hop head, you might want to do what I'm about to do in this video. Now, there's a lot to know about hop utilization and isomerization and all this kind of stuff that you have to have happen. I'm not going to go into that here. I will tell you that it's not really the type of hops that you use that causes bittering versus flavor versus aroma, although different types of hops do lend themselves to those different things better than others. So some hops are great for bittering, some hops are great for aroma and flavor, okay? But you can't use this technique that I'm about to use today to add bittering. Now, bittering is done by boiling the hops for an hour, but you have to boil the hops in a wort. You have to have a malt extract or some sort of a sweet wort going on to boil the hops in. If you don't have that and you just use water, you're not going to get the bittering effect that you want. There's isomerization that has to take place, and that will only happen if you're boiling your hops in a wort. Chemical reasons for that I won't get into. Aroma and flavor hop additions can be added by boiling them in boiling water and making what's called a hop tea. So that's what we're going after today, is the aroma / flavor. Now, I'm going to brew this beer kit the way basically the way the can says to do it. It calls for this can, it calls for 500 grams of dry malt extract and 300 grams of dextrose. Okay, dry malt extract is expensive where I live. It's about $9 for a pound. So I would have had to, you know, spend a little more. So what I decided to do is pick up one of these brew enhancers. Now, I've been using these lately, and I find them very, very good. They actually make a good beer. This particular one is Brew Enhancer 2, and it's by Cooper's. It's made for these products. It's got dextrose, dry malt extract, and maltodextrin in it. So this is 1 kilogram. So for the same price that I would have bought just half a kilogram of dry malt extract, I got an entire kilogram. All the fermentables I need are right here. That's what I chose to do, but you can do it the way the can says to do it. So I'm going to brew the beer the way the instructions say, but I'm going to do this extra hop addition. And it's very, very simple to do. First of all, there's two types of hops. Well, there's two ways that you can get hops. I've got some leaf hops here that were sent to me. These are fresh leaf hops. I'm going to use this in another beer I'm going to be doing soon. It's going to be a partial extract beer. A little variation on my fat brown ale that I tweaked, and we're going to try that very, very soon. So that's what those are for. So I'll put those back. These are pellet hops. These look like, you know, those things you feed rabbits, those green pellets. And these ones happen to be Tetnanger hops, and I'm going to use these hops for aroma and flavor in this batch of beer. Put those back in the freezer. because I already have 0.5 kilograms, sorry, 0.5 ounces, 0.5 kilograms, wow, that'd send you to the moon. 0.5 ounces of Tettnanger hops. Beer kit, very simple, very easy, but we're gonna do a hop addition that's not even gonna require more than 10 minutes. Let's get started. Okay, it's very simple, guys. About a gallon of boiling water. Grab your favorite hops. These are Tettnanger. You can use Cascade or other hops that are suitable for aroma, flavor, and throw them in your pot. That's it. Now you want to set your timer for 10 minutes. And just make your hop tea. It's pretty simple. That's almost not worth filming it, but that's how you do it. Making a hop tea. We're gonna add this to our beer kit. Okay, after 8 minutes, I've decided to end the boil because I can smell starting to lose that nice fresh hop aroma. I don't want to lose all that, so I'm flaming out. I'm going to take this downstairs and I'm going to start making my beer. All right, so we've made our hop tea. Smells good. And I've got my stuff all sterilized here, sanitized. Okay, let's put that lid over here for a moment. Got a strainer here and my little contraption for putting the strainer on so it doesn't fall in the fermenter. And I'm now going to check my spigot. It's closed. And as you can see, I'm using my original Complete Home Brewing bucket. Complete Home Brewing is where I buy all my beer supplies. And everything that I used in this video, I bought from these guys right down the street. Check out their website, CompleteHomeBrewing.com. If you live in Canada, particularly near Ontario, you can get all this stuff from their store, okay? And they'll send it to you. So here we go. I'm gonna pour this hop tea through my strainer just in case there's any particulates in there. There we are. Put that back there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit of boiled water in there as well, just to sort of go through that hop bag and get anything extra out of that. That should do it. Right. Okay. Perfect. Coat hangers. You never know what when you might need them. So now what I'm going to do quickly is take my brew enhancer. Now if you're using dry malt extract, it's the same thing. You've got to be careful because the stuff will clump. Okay. So take this stuff out quickly while that water is still very hot. Move that out of the way so you can see. We're going to add this to our current mixture. All right. Then we're going to give it a swirl. Now you can't see this because I don't have two cameras going. The other camera's upstairs at the stove, but the dry malt extract or the brew enhancer 2, whatever it is that you've decided to use, is going to slowly dissolve, and you'll get some lumps, but they will disappear momentarily. Okay. Now, the rest of this is just making a beer kit, and you've seen me do that before. So, however, I'm probably going to get in trouble if I don't. If I leave you guys hanging and I don't show the rest of the video. You've seen me do this many, many times. we'll make the rest of the kit anyways on video so you guys can see the whole thing, and in a couple of weeks we'll do a taste test. I can smell the hops. Yeah, absolutely. Beer kits are great. I recently had a conversation, well, not a conversation, but a sort of a comment back and forth with somebody who calls himself a beer snob because he makes all grain beer. It's not what makes you a beer snob. Doing all grain is fun. It's great. It's fantastic. The results are amazing. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. But if you're a real beer hobbyist, you know, it's a good thing. This guy thinks he's a beer snob because he does all grain beer. That's not what makes you a beer snob. A beer snob or a homebrew snob is somebody who can't understand why people brew with kits. And I don't want to go into that right now, but I've done that many times. Okay, so I've got a nice thing there. I'm sorry you can't see this, but it's a brown colored liquid. We're gonna get our can. I'll do the rest of this right now. I don't have to talk to you guys about this. You've seen me do this many times. Let's go ahead and do this now. Got a beautiful hop aroma there, not too strong. Cracked open a bottle of some brown ale that I had aging. I couldn't bear to keep on with that. Anyways, good thing I've got a batch here over here that's almost ready, and that's the one we just made there. So yeah, you know, beer kits are fine. I mean, they're great. You make good beer if you do these things with them. If you add extra things, hops, grains, things like that, you can make really good beer. If you're still in the kit brewing realm and you want to experiment with the beer kits and you don't want to do too much, just do this. Just make a hop tea, just the way I just did. Add it to your batch. As I was mixing it around and adding the yeast, a wonderful hop smell was coming out. Not too strong, just a nice balance between the smell of the wort and the hops. So I have high hopes that this Cooper's, oh, it's upside down, because that's how you have to open the can. This Cooper's IPA comes out good, and I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll do a taste test in a couple weeks and let you know how that turns out. Next, don't worry, I'm going to be doing more partial extracts and things like that. But you know what? Needed to bang out a beer kit real quick so I can get some beer going back there, and that's when beer kits are really great. This is my Cooper's Dark Ale I did a few weeks ago. It's been sitting in a bottle. Wow. It's nutty. It's biscuity. It's good. Good stuff. It's better than this. Anyway, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Beer, 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 beer. It's good stuff. Had some fun here. Take care. We'll see you soon with a partial coming up. Fat brown ale, different recipe. Take care, guys. Cheers.